Joining me now from San Diego, KFMB radio host Mike Slater. Mike, good to have you with us. And
hey,
Maverick PAC National Co-Chair Morgan Ortagus. Morgan, good to have you here. Let's start with the unexpected, which is not the debate, but rather Paul Ryan, who has been a reluctant, if you will, supporter, if you can put that in quotes, of Donald Trump, campaigning with Donald Trump this weekend, Saturday, in Wisconsin. Morgan, what do you make of it? Peace at last.
I think it's a great move for Donald Trump to get Paul Ryan. The reason why is because as we're going in, and the polls, as you just said a few minutes ago, are incredibly tight, he needs every Republican vote. So the part of the party that supports Paul Ryan, although you probably think that's not incredibly big, it's important to get every vote behind him.
700,000 folks, the majority of them in District 1 of Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's an important state, but I think it's for overall, it's more about saying for the Trump campaign, it's got to be about the electorate seeing that people are consolidating behind him.
Yeah, I think that is the symbolism is important. We don't get to say that very often. Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's important to remind everyone that if all else holds from 2012, Obama versus Mitt Romney, and Trump flips the Rust Belt states, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, then he will win the election. So on the debate on Sunday, he is going to just talk to undecided voters in the Rust Belt. That's the most important audience for him.
Yeah, and there is some slippage in the Fox poll amongst independents that I think, well, I'll speak for myself. It certainly surprised me that he had slipped a bit with them. Still the greatest beneficiary of independence, but obviously slipping, and he's got to restore that without question if he is going to win. The debate itself, Morgan, what do you expect him to do? Is he going to come out? He's coming out in front of millions of people again, but he's also coming out in front of two of the biggest left-wing moderators you could imagine in Martha Raddatz and Anderson Cooper. Is he going to just put up with it, or are we going to see a different style as he interacts with them?
Well, it's not exactly an unbiased format, you're right, with the two of them. However, I think that he does have an opportunity because the audience is asking questions. So he has an opportunity to show a bit of humanity here. He can talk about what he would do in a situation with the hurricane, right? For example, what unfortunately the southern part of the U.S.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's a good opportunity for him to show maybe a softer side of Donald Trump, especially after a tough week.
How about the interaction with the moderators, though? Because we've seen the Lester Holt thing, the Elaine Quijano thing, and frankly, it's ugly to watch, and the American people are very much aware of the joke now. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, well, almost everyone hates the media. So anytime, not you though, of course, Mr. Dobbs, everyone loves you. But anytime
not everyone,
that Trump
but all the wise people do.
Exactly. Anytime Trump can go attack the media, I think he gains points amongst everyone, independents as well. And I think the most important thing for Trump to do is to be charismatic. He is a very charismatic person. When I met him in person with some other people as well, you instantly are just attracted to him. He has charisma. So if he can show that in a town hall debate, more so than what happened 2 weeks ago.
And he has a great advantage, it seems to me, in this debate, and he needs to say it if no one else will. He's the only one who sought the job of president who had to sacrifice in order to do so. A life of wealth and luxury and comfort, which he put aside for a year and a half to do this. He's the only one taking a cut in pay. Hillary Clinton is looking for more money and more opportunity to do pay for play, it seems, and more clients for the Clinton Foundation. What do you make of it, Morgan?
Well, the Clinton Foundation, by the way, is something that hasn't been talked about in these debates by the moderators. So this is something that would be a good thing for him to punch back and use this time. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable to me that it's one of the biggest scandals as part of this campaign hasn't been brought up at all.
Well,
so I think he needs to.
That means it's his responsibility to get it in front of him.
Absolutely, he's got to, and I don't think these moderators are going to ask about it.
I don't think they will either. The little darlings. Mike, what do you expect?
Well, we have a great tradition in America of reluctant leaders, or at least in our founding, right? So I think that's a great talking point for Trump. Listen, I don't need to do this, but I feel so strongly that my ideas can help the American people. I think, again, that's very endearing and can show some charisma.
You know, I think you're right, and I think also it's so nice to hear him use we, us, and our instead of the Obama first person singular that he insists upon sometimes more than 100 times in a speech. I think that alone should get him millions of votes.